So, children, till now we have discussed about the addition, okay, about the addition. Now, if you check the subtraction, vector subtraction, vector subtraction. Okay, vector subtraction, you can see I said you before subtraction also addition, subtraction also addition, even multiplication also addition. What is that? Addition. How will it be possible means, look at this subtraction of two vectors a bar minus b bar. So, you mean subtraction means this one. Now, it can be written as addition in this way. You can see the operation addition will involve here in this way. Did you understand, children? So, geometrically if you want to represent this one, if this is a vector A, okay. Now, this is a vector B. So, if you want to get addition of these two vectors A bar plus B bar, what should you do? According to the geometrical method, first vector tail to second vector head if you join linearly, that gives you the resultant, this one, okay, this one. So, this is the A plus B vector addition, but I have written A plus minus of the B. Minus of the B means opposite to the B, So, if the vector A is there, its opposite vector minus A bar, B bar is the vector, its opposite vector minus B bar. Magnitudes will be equal, but directions are opposite. That means, if this is B, this will be minus B. See here, this is plus B, this is minus B. Okay, children. So, same magnitude, size is same, but opposite to the vector B. Here also, I am adding vector A and the opposite vector of the B. This is the opposite vector. Okay. Now, I am adding A and B. So, join now. How to add? First vector tail to second vector head. So, join here, you will get in this way. Look at this. See, children, geometrically. So, this is A bar minus B bar. If you want to measure, okay, algebraically its magnitude. What is the magnitude formula, children? Resultant vector magnitude equal to modulus A bar plus B bar equal to root of A square B square plus 2AB cos theta. Okay. Yes. Now, I want the resultant of A bar minus B bar. Here also same thing. What should I do? First I should take square of the magnitude of the first vector. Take it A square. So, no change. Second vector square of the magnitude. What is the magnitude of the B here? Same as it is. No change. So, B square plus again 2 into first vector magnitude A, second vector magnitude B, and formula cos of angle between them. See, children, this is A, right? Okay. This is B. So, I am to know the angle, what should I do? I should make them collinear. So, I am keeping here B. So, this is the theta to know the resultant A plus B. Okay. To know the resultant A plus B. But what should I take here? Minus B. So, keep here minus B. Look at this. minus b, same size. This is minus b. So, if this is theta, what is this one children? 180 minus theta. So, here you should write 180 minus theta. So, I am writing here 180 minus theta. So, if you solve, you will get the answer. That means 2ab cos 180 minus theta becomes, with the minus sign, means here minus comes 2ab cos theta. 2ab cos theta. I am writing here a bar minus b bar is equal to, that will be reduced to a square b square minus 2ab cos theta. That's it. So, in this way we can calculate their addition or subtraction if you want to know the direction. Okay. Even for angle also, b sin theta by a plus b cos theta we are writing, right. So, instead of theta just substitute 180 minus theta, because the angle between the opposite vector of b and a is 180 minus theta, this is theta. So, in this way we are going to calculate. Already we have learned this one, but once again we are discussing. Okay children. We have completed the mathematical operation, addition, subtraction. Okay. Now, the third one, multiplication. What is that? Multiplication. In the number system, if you want to multiply 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, okay? 2 4s are 8. So, I said you before, multiplication is nothing but addition. How will it be shown? Look at this. Here 1 is being added. 1 is being added for 2 times. 1 plus 1. Here 2 is being added for 2 times. 2 plus 2. 3 is being added for 2 times. So, in this way multiplication also nothing but addition, but the thing same number is being added for frequent times. Okay. So, that is the multiplication. If you apply this concept for the vector mathematical system, so here some possibilities are there. Okay. So, the multiplication can be done between scalar and vector and vector to vector, and in that vector to vector also 2 types are existed. One is scalar product or dot product, another one is cross product or vector product. Okay. We are going to discuss those all types. First case, vector multiplied with scalar. Scalar means it's just one real number. Okay. It can have sign plus, minus, okay, or it can be in the fractions also. Okay. So, by multiplying with these things, okay, with real numbers, with the vector, what will happen to our original vector? That means one vector we have a bar, this one, this is the a bar. Okay, I am keeping here a bar. Now, the first case I am multiplying with 2. Which number? Plus 2. So, multiply the a bar with plus 2. Okay, with plus 2. So, what do you get? 2a bar. Plus a sign. Is the sign has been changed? No. But look at this, a bar has been increased for 2 times. So, if this is the a, same a here, draw here, okay, but 2 times of this one means here. Okay. So, this is 2a bar. Just simply multiply with the number, every xyz component also will be multiplied. That means take one example, a bar equal to 2i plus 3j plus 4k. I multiplied with 2, right? So 2a bar becomes 4i 6j plus 8k. Did you understand? 2 times I multiplied. 2 2s are, 2 3s are, 2 4s are. But ijk signs, even components also are being multiplied. So what happens? In this way. If I multiply with 4 means it becomes a double of this one. So this is 4a bar. 4a bar. Now the case half. Here also I am multiplying, I am not dividing, children. Vector can be divided with one real number, but no change in direction. Vector cannot be divided by vector. Why? Because magnitudes can be divided, direction should not be divided. That we assign. Direction cannot be divided. So that operation, vector by vector division operation, is not allowed in this mathematics. Okay? If you want to divide, so look at this, a bar is divided with 2. You people think that this is division, but I am thinking that this is multiplication. Okay, half means 0.5 a bar, 0.5 a bar. See this? So here I am not actually dividing with 2. I said you real number can divide. No, not division. This is if you convert into decimal number, you can see nothing but the multiplication. So here the size will be reduced. How many times? Half. So this is the thing, right? So half of this one. This is 0.5 a bar. 0.5 a bar. Now the case with the minus. Okay? So minus means I am taking -3. So magnitude should be increased for 3 times. That is the meaning of 3. That is the meaning of 3. Okay, see here, -3 into a bar, right? Okay, magnitude should be increased for 3 times. So -3 a bar, 3 times increases, but direction is opposite to the original vector. This is we are taking as plus for this a. Okay, minus means downwards. How many times increases size? 3 times. So it becomes in this way, -3a bar, -3a bar. Size 3 times increased, but direction has been changed. So this is the one multiplication where vector can be multiplied with normal real numbers, not other physical quantities. Keep it in mind. Okay, you think that velocity, okay, velocity should not be multiplied with mass, because I said you before, mass is the scalar. Mass is the scalar. Physical quantity can be scalar and real number also can be scalar. Means there I should not assign any physical quantity for that value. Here these values 2, 3, half, those are not any physical quantity, just value. I said you before, mass, okay, energy, these are the physical quantities represented as scalars. So scalar into vector can be done? No. In that case we should not do. In this multiplication, physical quantities are not being allowed. Okay, not being allowed. Did you understand? Now the second case, vector is being multiplied by vector horizontally. What is meant by horizontally? Already we have discussed. Okay, horizontally means if one vector is there. Okay, so this is the vector a bar, assume as a bar, which has 2 components. Actually it can have infinite components, but what the human perceives, either parallelity horizontal or perpendicularity vertical. So that's why we will take its parallel component, horizontal component, okay, and perpendicular component. This concept already we have discussed, resolution of vectors. What does it call? Resolution of the vector. If a bar's magnitude is a, okay, so a cos theta, which makes angle with the horizontal, this one. So, AX equal to A cos theta, this one A sin theta, this is y component, means vertical perpendicular component. This is a parallel component, perpendicular component, horizontal component, vertical component, because human perceive in this way. Did you understand? So, actually let me tell you about this one also. This concept, this hypothetical concept was given by Galileo sir. Who is that? Galileo. Okay. He explained by using this resolution of vectors concept, he explained the why is the projectile is coming down again after once it is being projected. This means you projected one ball, okay, one missile something, okay, that ball will come this way, okay, it reaches maximum height. After that, it will fall on the ground. It will fall on the ground. So, you can see whatever you projected upwards, what happens? It goes in this way, by reaching some certain height, after that it will fall. Why? That was explained by Galileo by taking velocity resolution. What does it call? Velocity resolution. That means what you have given the velocity, okay, that will have two components, okay, that is acting as in this way actually, but that will have horizontal component and vertical component. This vertical component is being cancelled by the acceleration due to gravity. So, it becomes lesser and lesser and lesser. After reaching maximum height, it will have 0. It will have 0. Okay. So, you can see here onwards it is being increased again, but horizontal component always the same, always the same. You can see this value I am drawing here. If this is the you projected horizontal vertical component, that is being decreases with height. After reaching maximum height, it has a 0, but again it is going to be increased downwards. There he introduced that one. So, we are applying for every physical quantity which obeys the vector algebraic rules. Vector algebraic rules. So, there onwards we have. Okay, children? Okay. Now, this A sin theta vertical component, can I draw here, children? Yes, I can draw. Okay. So, this is A sin theta. A sin theta. Now, I have sometimes you will have horizontal and vertical, okay, horizontal and vertical, but I want to know this magnitude, what do you do here? Apply the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem gives you modulus of A bar is equal to this side square plus side square, root of ax square plus ay square, ax square plus ay square. So, mostly this is for how many dimensions I have used here? X axis, y axis. So, use the third one, z axis. So, if you apply the 3 dimension, then the magnitude of the A becomes ax square, ay square plus az square. Ax square plus ay square plus az square. So, to know the magnitude of any vector, if you know its horizontal, vertical and the third dimension, okay, depth also, then you can square it and sum up and apply the root, you will get the answer. Here the Pythagoras theorem is being applied for 3 dimensions. Okay. So, this can be proved here, and this product name is, this multiplication is called dot product. Why I am saying this one means, by using the dot product concept, we are going to get the vector magnitude by using their components, So, children, here what I said now, the product of vector with vector, but horizontally we should multiply. Horizontally we should multiply. The product is called dot product or scalar product. Dot product or scalar product. Okay. See here I have mentioned the definition. The product of magnitudes of two vectors and the cosine angle between them is called dot product. That means two vectors A bar dot B bar. Here I kept to mention this product is dot. That is why at the middle I kept dot. Okay. Gives you modulus A modulus B cos theta. Cos theta. What I said here? The product of magnitudes of two vectors, two magnitudes and the cosine angle. What is that? Cosine angle between them is called dot product or scalar product. This product mathematically they call dot product. Gibbs and Oliver Heaviside used this word, but later William Clifford, okay, in 1877 he suggested and he identified the fact that the dot product gives you scalar, not the vector. After doing this vector mathematical operation, you will get the answer ultimately that one also scalar. So, they kept the name for this dot product scalar product also. So, conventionally in the mathematics still people are using dot product, but in the physics we use the word scalar product. So, this gives you scalar product means AB cos theta. I have said you before, you can remove this one, they remove the arrow. So, it mentions these are not bold letters, you can mention simply they represents magnitude, they represents AB cos theta. And I have one more definition here, the product of magnitudes of first vector and second vector projection. Second vector projection. Second vector projection means, see children, this is A bar. Okay. Now, B bar is this one. Okay. Yes. I said first vector magnitude. So, you will write this one modulus A. Second vector projection on first vector. Second vector projection means, so switch on the torchlight. Switch on the torchlight. Yes. Okay. Now, what happens? The rays will fall. So, here the shadow will be formed. Simply the horizontal resolution. Horizontal resolution. What is this one, children? B cos theta. So, B cos theta. So, AB cos theta. Did you understand? It's a projection on A. B cos theta into modulus A. So, both magnitudes we are multiplying. Both magnitudes we are multiplying. So, why should we multiply in this way? Okay. And what happens if you apply for the unit vectors? If you apply for the algebraic representation, if you apply this formula, what will be the derivation? Okay, you can obtain that one. So, these things will be discussed now, but dot product or scalar products, keep it in mind, simply that is represented with A dot B, A bar dot B bar. It gives you AB cos theta, AB cos theta. So, by using this differentiation, simply I have written here projection means B cos theta. Do not get confusion, go through the resolution of the vectors. Horizontal component is there, right? B cos theta. Its vertical component B sin theta. I am not taking the vertical component B sin theta. Okay, I am taking B cos theta. Its vertical component can be seen here. This is B sin theta. This is B cos theta. So, that is why I said you before, second case multiplication is vector should be multiplied with vector horizontally. Horizontally. What is that? Horizontally. That means, children, here one river is there. Okay, one river. Now, here one boat is there. Okay, the boat has the engine. The boat has the engine. Okay, the boat has the engine, so it has somewhat velocity of the boat, and the river also having some velocity. Here I said you before, horizontally we are multiplying, right? Horizontally we are multiplying. So what happens? How this force, that force, this velocity, that velocity, how much parallel they are? So here we are checking between two physical quantities, how much they are parallel to each other. If they are parallel to each other, the output impact will be very much high. That means, see here apply angles value, cos 0, how much children? If they are parallel, what is the angle children? 0. Cos 0, you will get simply AB. Take the maximum angle 90 degrees, cos 90, 0. So, if this one are in this way, the impact of those two is 0. Here we are taking the dot product to know the angle between the two physical quantities, okay, and to know different physical quantities when those are being participated in multiplication, okay, algebraically or real number system according to that one, what will be the output? Coming to the physics, coming to the engineering, this dot product is very important, because in so many cases we require parallelity. So, to check the parallelity, we will take dot product between two different physical quantities. Keep it in mind, different physical quantities. But coming to the previous operations, addition, subtraction, we should not apply for different physical quantities. Here we can apply. I can multiply force and displacement. Did you understand? I can multiply force and displacement. I can multiply force and velocity, so that the new physical quantity is being obtained. But in the addition and subtraction, same physical quantity should be taken, the output also same kind of physical quantity. Velocity plus velocity gives you velocity, not the momentum. Did you understand? So, in this way we will obtain the new physical quantity also. So, scalar product or dot product concept is to know the angle, to check the parallelity between them, so that the output will be more. In some cases, perpendicularity is requirement. How much perpendicular to each other, so that the impact or the output whatever we require, that will be more, okay, according to the situation, children. So, in the physical phenomena, in some cases parallelity required, in some cases perpendicularity required, okay. Here this multiplication can be applied for different physical quantities, unlike addition and subtraction. There you can apply for only same physical quantities. See children, so the projection, I am using the word projection, horizontal component. Look at this, for the B, this is the horizontal component B cos theta, and its vertical component B sin theta I represented here, okay. So, every line in this space will have horizontal and vertical, every physical quantity. We people are assuming in that way. So, here if you want to take the product of A bar dot B bar, gives you A B cos theta. Here in the reverse case, I am taking B bar dot A bar. So, magnitude of the first vector B and second vector's projection on the first vector. This is the second vector A, its projection on the first vector A cos theta. Okay. So, here we have checked the magnitude of how much parallelity is being occurred between these two. Okay. So, simply the second vector projection times first vector magnitude is nothing but the dot product or scalar product. Here we do not assume any direction. We do not require the direction. The examples are The examples are work done equal to two vectors are being multiplied. One is force dot displacement. Okay, force dot displacement. Where should I take the perpendicular component, where should I take the parallel component, that means where should I apply the dot product, where should I apply the third multiplication cross product, you should have idea somewhat sense based on that one, because the really uptake the output of force and displacement gives you work. Work is having no direction, that's why work can be taken as scalar. And I said you before, when two vectors multiply gives you scalar means that product is dot product. So how will it be possible? Listen. Now this answer is force into displacement into cos theta, into cos theta. Fs cos theta is the work. Fs cos theta is the work. So see here one lawn ruler is there. Okay, this is being dragged by one person. Dragged by one person. Okay, it has wheels, and this is the horizontal level. Okay, is he applying force in this way or this way or this way? In which direction he is applying? But it is being moved in this way. So it does the displacement S bar. Displacement denoted with S. So it has done the displacement in this way. That means something he has held and he dragged in this way. He applied the force in this way. Okay, but the object is moving horizontally, sticks to the horizontal. It is not coming up. He is dragging that lawn roller in this way. Slantly he is applying force. Force is this one. But the displacement direction is this one. So in which direction he had done the work now? So the work always physically we think that he had displacement this side, right? We don't consider in which way he is applying force. So the work also must be done in this way. So parallelity we are checking. What is that? Parallelity. So children, example is work. The dot product or scalar product example is work. You can see here one lawn mower is there. Okay, lawn roller. What is that? Lawn roller. Okay, yes. Lawn roller means this is being used to flatten the ground in the stadiums. To cut the grass. So it has so much weight, but the driving handle will be slant manner. So the person who is applying force to drag to move this one, in which way he wants to move this lawn mower? In this way, horizontally on the land. It sticks to the land, right? So he applies the force F, but the displacement takes in this direction. Are they both in same side? No. So both are different directions. That means if this is the force vector and its displacement is this side. Did you understand? Here two physical quantities and both we assumed as vectors. Look at this. Both are making angle theta. Here the theta. Okay children. So I want to know the work. Work means, children, ultimately what do we want to learn this physics? Whatever the energy in this universe we have, that should be converted into work. That is our main principle. That's it. Nothing is there. These are all things we are learning. How this nature is being useful to us. I said you before, you people are studying the philosophy, okay, or any science that tells you relation between the nature to human. before I said you, human to God, religion, human to God to religion, philosophy, and God to nature, philosophy, and human to the nature is science. And from this one we need to get output, technology. So by using this one, he is applying force and the lawnmower is moving in this side. So both two different physical quantities and being multiplied to give that physical quantity, new physical quantity. What is this? Work. Work equal to force into displacement, into displacement. Here should I take perpendicularity or parallelism? I said you before, in this universe we have two perceiveness, parallelity horizontal, perpendicularity vertical. Here I required parallelity. Look at this, this one. So along this one, how much the force is applying? Because if this force is being applied in this way, the resultant will be more. The resultant will be more. If the force is being in this way, the displacement in this direction, but I want displacement in this direction. If you apply force in this way, do you get any displacement along this side? No. And you are applying the force in this way, do you get displacement in your required side? No. So keep it in mind, when these two are in same direction parallel to each other, then the effect will be more, easily to drag, easily to move that one. So work will be easy, the impact will be more, the impact will be more. So that's why the work equal to force into displacement, work equal to force into displacement F, okay, dot S. So I am multiplying two physical quantities, but I have required here parallelism. What is that? Parallelism. So whenever I require parallelism, I should take the projection product or scalar product or dot product. How much this force will give the projection on this vector S. This means this is F, okay, and this is displacement. How much its projection is here? This much. So these many F times this S, these many F cos theta times S must be multiplied to get the work, to get the work, to get the work. So in some cases I require parallelity. In that case I will apply the dot product. I will apply the dot product. So in this way, not only this one, and one more thing. Second example, power. Power equal to work by time. Okay, work means children force into displacement by time. So force into displacement by time, velocity. So force is the vector, velocity is the vector. If you multiply both two, you will get the power, that is a scalar, that is a scalar. Because it does not require direction. Keep it in mind, in these all cases you should think. Once you understand this vector concept, okay, all sciences will be studied in easy manner. Okay, maybe the concept you feel somewhat difficulty, but mathematical wise easy this one. Simply by adding, multiplication, these are very funny also. When you are doing the problems from the vectors, okay, either the dot multiplication or cross multiplication or addition of the vectors or subtraction of the vectors, you just enjoy those all when compared with all the other chapter problems. Did you understand? Yes, but try to know the concept also. So these are the examples we can obtain the new physical quantity from the two different physical quantity when those are being multiplied, when those are being multiplied in this way. I said you now what is the parallelity, why should I require? I just explained, right, in this way. So you can understand from this one. Here I have the chair. So if it is the lawnmower, I am applying the force in this direction. Look at this direction. But it is moving along the surface, along the surface. So the same thing, you are applying the force in this way, but you are getting the displacement in this way. Okay. So, that is why I need to take the angle between them. If this angle is going to be lesser and lesser, the impact will be more. The impact will be more. So, that is why we should take the angle, how much angularly those physical quantities are being differ each other, so that we can know it is a perpendicular effect, it is a parallelism effect. Okay, children? Okay. So, children, now we are going to apply this dot product formula for unit vectors and zero vectors. Okay? Applying for unit vector and zero vector. Okay? Yes. So, you have the formula. If this is vector B, okay, if this is vector A, the angle between them is theta. The angle between them is theta. So, what should I know? If I want to get its dot or scalar, okay, or projection product, keep it in mind, children, projection product, this one also name, and inner product, so many names we have. Okay, scalar product, projection product, dot product. Okay, now I want to get A dot B, dot product of two vectors with angle theta. What is the formula? Take its according to definition, first vector magnitude. Okay, children? Yes, first vector magnitude. Okay. Next, second vector's projection magnitude on A. Second vector projection magnitude on A. So, see here, you can see this is the projection. So, what is this? B cos theta. B cos theta, horizontal projection, not the vertical projection. I am applying the light in this way, children. Okay. So, A and B cos theta. Okay, B cos theta, right. So, if you write this one, you will get the answer AB cos theta. AB cos theta. So, in this way, we will calculate if those are unit vectors, if those are zero vectors, if it is same vector, For these all cases, we are going to calculate the dot product answers. So, the first one, unit vector. What are the unit vectors we have? Along the x axis I, along the y axis j, along the z axis k. Okay, I cap, j cap, k cap. Now, take the I cap dot j cap. What will be the answer? Simply I j cos theta, magnitude of I, magnitude of j and cos theta. What will be the answer, children? I j units 1, cos theta, theta angle between the x and y axis 90. So, cos 90 gives you 0. Cos 90 gives you 0. Cos 90 gives you 0. I j cos 90 equal to 0. So, see here I j their magnitudes and cos theta. Theta value here, children, angle between the x axis and y axis 90. So, their unit vectors angle between them 90. Cos 90 value 0. Cos 90 value 0. That is why 0. So, in the same way, j cap, k cap. What do you get, children, again? Angle between them 90. So, obviously 0. So, it can be written again k bar, k cap and I cap. Okay. Now, you can check for the same unit vectors. See here, I cap I cap. Okay. What do you get, children? I cos. What is the angle between the I and I? Same, right? So unit vector same, right? Angle between them 0. Cos 0 value, cos 0 value 1. So I square. I square. What is that? I square. So j cap you will get j square. K cap you will get k square. Simply 1. Because unit vector unit is 1. Unit vector unit is 1. So in this way, for the unit vectors, if you apply the dot product, the answers will be like that. The answers will be like that. In the same way, if you apply for the zero vector, so how will it be possible? We will see. See, children, for the zero vector, if you see zero vector, you can see here. So what do we have? A bar dot b bar equal to AB cos theta. AB cos theta. So consider the magnitude of A is 0. Okay. So what happens for this one? A bar dot b bar becomes 0 into something 0. If b bar is 0, A bar is not equal to 0, non-zero value, positive value. Okay. B bar value 0, obviously again 0. And these two are non-zero, but A dot B is 0. A dot B is 0. See, children, magnitude of B is non-zero, magnitude of A is non-zero. I want A dot B as 0. So what might be the theta value here? What is the condition to be satisfy this one? So theta must be 90 degrees. Theta must be 90. That means vector A, okay, and vector B 90. So where is the parallelity here? Parallelity is 0. I said you before, dot product gives you idea how much parallelism. How much parallelism? Is there parallelism? Perpendicularism, opposite to that one. Okay, different, non-corresponding both are. Did you understand? So in this way, so it gives you 0. It gives you 0. So these are for 0 vector. Now the important case for same vector. What is that? Same vector means vector itself do the dot product with itself, right? So if it does like that, what will be the solution? And from that one, what we came to know? From that one, what we will know? Okay, these things will be discussed now. See, children, we are going to calculate dot product on the same vector, but before that you need to know how that will be evolved. So see here, algebraic representation of the vector. So one vector A is there, that is being represented in this way by using their coordinate components, scalar components, and their vector unit vectors I, j, k. So which means, see here, this is x. Okay, this is x. Now this is y. Okay, this is z. Okay. Now I said ax from the origin ax. Okay, here. So this length where it intercepts, that is ax. Okay, children. Yes. Now and this is the ay. So if you draw parallel to this one, okay, here, and this is az. So from here this will be raised. This is az, this is ay, this is Ax. Okay children, yes. Now the vector representation done by from the origin towards here, you can see towards here. So this blue color is the vector A bar, These all are there is scalar components on x, y, z in this way. That system is called, I used before the word right-handed coordinate system. Right-handed coordinate system. Yes, right-handed coordinate system. See children, x, curl it, open it. So that will be the given vector. That can be explained in the cross product properly, but keep it in mind how this is being happened. Look at this, from the x, okay, from the y, in this way we people are obtaining. Okay, sorry, this I have kept right y, so keep it as x. Now this is y, this is z. Then you may understand, I think. Okay, so in this way. So along the x axis, you just keep your fingers and curl towards the y axis and open along the z axis. Did you understand? X, y, z, only right hand. Okay, only right hand. Right-handedness, this is called right-handed coordinate system. In this way, three-dimensionally we can represent the vector. Yes. Now, if you apply A dot B for this one, A dot B, what will be the answer? So, here you can see A bar dot B bar equal to A bar dot B bar. Just to multiply children, simply what do you do for the multiplication? If the 3, total how many terms? Here 3 terms, it contains 3 terms, this expression contains 3 terms. So 3 3s are 9 terms will be seen here. So what will be the answer? Ax, okay, again Ax, so it first multiply with Bx and next By, next Bz. In the same way, Ay, Az. Here what do you get? Bx, okay, By, Bz, right. Now those are the scalar components, simply you can multiply. What about these unit vectors? So I am writing with white color here. So I dot I plus I dot I. Next one children, I dot j. Okay, next one children, I dot k. The same way here, Ay, what is its unit vector? J dot I. Okay, here j dot j plus j dot k. Again here k dot I plus k dot j plus k dot k. Okay, so you need to keep the caps in this way. Okay children, yes. Okay, now you see Ax, Bx, Ax, By, Ax, Bz. Okay, those are the real numbers, simply we can multiply. But here you can see I dot I. What is the angle between the I dot I? 0. So I dot I gives you same unit vector dot product gives you 1. Different unit vectors dot product gives you 0. The reason behind the angle between the different unit vectors, either I to j or j to k or k to I, 90 degrees. That means children, already we have learnt I dot j equal to j dot k equal to k dot I. Value children 0. So in this way, which one will be cancelled now? I dot j, this one will cancel. I dot k, j dot k, j dot I, k dot I, k dot j. So you can see the terms here, this one and this one and this one. So if you write there, you will get the answer. A dot B equal to, what did you get, children? Ax, okay, Ax Bx, I dot I value 1. In the same way, in the second line you can see the middle term Ay By plus Az Bz. So this is the formula actually you can apply for whenever you are been asked to give the solution for two vectors, okay, in that form A dot B. In this form, if you have been given any question, just multiply these respective ijk scalar components and add them. That gives you the dot product value. Do you see any unit vectors in that answer? No. So that's why the answer is again scalar. That's why William Clifford again named as this one scalar product. Before that, Gibbs sir and Oliver Heaviside used the word dot product to mention that denotion. Mathematically they are mentioning with some denotion dot. So that's why they kept the name dot product. Okay, to check the parallelity between two matrices, to check the parallelity between two different physical quantities in this way. But coming to here, after solution, you can see there is no ijk involvement. So that's why A dot B gives you again one scalar value. That's why the dot product gives you scalar, not the vector. This condition is important when you differ with the cross product. Did you understand? Yes. So if this you apply for same vector, that means A bar dot A bar, what do you get, children? Same apply. What do you get? Simply Ax into Ax, Ay into Ay, Az into Az. Okay? Ax square, Ay square, why? Because Ax into Ax, Ay into Ay, Az into Az. So what do you get, children? Ax square, Ay square, Az square. But keep it in mind, A dot A, what is the formula for A dot B we have learnt? A dot B equal to A dot B, A bar dot B bar equal to AB cos theta. AB cos theta, right? So A dot A gives you AA cos theta. What is the angle between the vector A and again with that same vector A? It must be 0. It must be 0. So what do you get, children? Cos 0 value 1. So A into cos 0, A into A square into 1. So the answer is A square. The answer is A square in this way. But what do I want here? The magnitude of the A. So if you send this square that side, you will get the answer in this way. A equal to magnitude of the vector A equal to square root of x component, x coefficient plus j coefficient plus k coefficient. Square them and add them. That gives you magnitude of that given vector. So simply in the previous session I said, if you take one vector A in this way, okay, so this is Ax, okay, and this is Ay. If you place here, this is the Ay. So if you want to know the magnitude of this red color A vector, what should we do? A equal to, you people have written Ax square plus Ay square. Ax square, Ay square. So that is nothing but the Pythagoras theorem, right? Pythagoras theorem. So same, if you apply for 3 dimensions, that one will be in this way, simply applying the Pythagoras theorem. So for the entire vectors, if you want to get grip on the vector mathematics, just try to understand Pythagoras. Make that vector into Pythagoras triangle, then you will get the answer. So take the one vector A bar as a 3i 4j, okay, and 5k. Now I want to know its magnitude. So the formula I said, what is the formula, children? Ax square, ay square, az square. So Ax represents coefficient of the x-axis unit vector. Ay represents coefficient of the y-axis, okay, scalar component, and az represents coefficient of the z-axis unit vector. So if you write that values, what do you get, children? 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. So solve. 9, 16, 25. 9, 16, 25. Simply if you want to understand this one, take the vector A as 3i plus 4j. So what do you get? Magnitude of the vector A, what do you get, children? 9 plus 16. What is the answer? Root 25, so 5. Actually, if you represent on the x-axis and y-axis, y-x. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am writing here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1i, 2i, 3i, 4i. 1j, 2j, 3j, 4j. So on the x-axis, how many i's we have? 3. So here. On y-axis, 4j's. So here, just. Oh, did you get the answer now? Look at this. This is the origin. Now join this. You will get the. This is the vector. This is the 3i plus 4j. If you want to know its length, this is 3, this is 4. Obviously, if you apply the Pythagoras theorem, this length gives you 5. So in that way, we can calculate. So the same thing being applied for 3 dimensions. Here, this is 3D, this is 2D. This is 3D, that is 2D. Okay. See, children. So by using this dot product, what is the application? By using the dot product, we can know the angle between two vectors. The angle between two vectors. What is the formula we have learnt till now? A bar dot B bar equal to AB cos theta. Look at that cos theta. By using that term, can I know the angle or not? Yes, we can know. Look at this. I am writing here cos theta equal to A bar dot B bar by AB, and theta equal to cos inverse A bar dot B bar by AB. I said you before, vector mathematics is important to study physics, chemistry also. Okay, what is the main application? To find out bond angle in molecules. Okay, so take one molecule CCl4. What is that? Carbon tetrachloride. The angle between, that means one carbon is there, around that 4 chlorine atoms are there. In this molecule, one carbon atom and 4 chlorine atoms. So, here this is chlorine, this is chlorine, this is chlorine, this is chlorine. So, they are doing the bond. In our physics, the bond we can assume as spring, and these are the spheres. Okay. Okay. Those are not in 2D, 3-dimensional. 3-dimensional. Actually, they will form one cube, children. Cube. Cube means you can see 3-dimensional square is the cube. 3-dimensional square is the cube. Okay, this one. So, at the middle, okay, the carbon atom will be there. Around this all, okay, around this all, you will have chlorine atoms. You will have chlorine atoms. Okay, chlorine atoms in this way. Okay. Okay, children, 3-dimensionally they will appear. Simply, if you want to take these 3 in one plane, okay, the angle between them, how can we know, right? Yes, chlorine, chlorine, both are forming here which forces? Force 1, force 2. So, if you know these magnitudes and the length, and these all are making same length between them. So, this length represents this force, right? Between them, the chemical force to attract each other is forces. If you know these forces, I want to know the angle. What is the formula? Theta equal to cos inverse. Theta equal to cos inverse. Okay, A dot B F1 dot F2 by F1 F2. But if you take their length wise, this length equal, right? Equal? Yes. So, if you take on the square, you will get the answer cos inverse 1 by 3. Cos inverse 1 by 3. That means, children, if you take this length as 2, so middle of that one 1 in this way. So, they are connected in this way diagonally. They are connected diagonally. Okay. So, if you want to know that one, the answer will be cos inverse of minus 1 by 3. So, you will get 109 degrees, 109.5 degrees. The angle between the 2 chlorine atoms with respect to the carbon in the carbon tetrachloride can be obtained by using the dot product. So, dot product has so much mathematical significance in the other sciences. See, children, here one vector A is being located in the frame of reference x, y, z, 3-dimensional. So, it will have its scalar components along x, y, z as ax, ay, az. That means it intersects here, it intersects here, it intersects here. Okay, in this way. Now, so the angle we should know, right? Because if you want to know the projection, the angle between the vector and its horizontal component means along x axis, y axis, z axis. So, consider along the x axis, that is alpha. Okay, that is alpha. Along the x axis, that is alpha. So, along y axis, that is beta. Okay. Now, along z axis, that is gamma. See here, alpha, beta, gamma. Okay. Now, I want to know each one. So, what do you do here, children? Just apply the same concept, okay, to know each one magnitude, okay, each one angle. So, if I want to write cos alpha. So children, this cos alpha, it represents along the x-axis. Along the x-axis, the projection of the A on the x-axis. The projection of the A on the x-axis. That means cos alpha can be written Ax by modulus A. Ax by modulus A. Since here you can see Ax equal to modulus A, okay, modulus A cos alpha. This is the projection on the x-axis. On the x-axis. In the same way, projection on the y-axis, children. How do you write? Ay. Okay, what is this? Ay. Till here, Ay by modulus A. In the same way, cos gamma, children, Az by modulus A. How did we get now? That projection Ax equal to modulus A cos alpha. In the same way, Ay value modulus A cos beta. Az value modulus A cos gamma. From this one I have written in the form of cos alpha, cos gamma, cos beta. So those are the values. Now we are going to take squares of these cosines and the summation. So that what will be the answer? So children, so square them, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. So what will be the answer? Ax square by modulus A plus Ay square by modulus A plus Az square, okay, by modulus A. Yes children. Now take the LCM, children. You will get modulus A, okay, in the numerator Ax square, Ay square, Az square. Okay? Yes. Okay? Ax square plus Ay square plus Az square. But keep it in mind, children, before, if you want to know magnitude of the vector, what should I write? Square root of squares of the quotients of the ijk's summation. So modulus A can be written, children. How should we write? A square plus Ay square plus Az square. Az square. So that is the answer when you do like this. So we have do the square of the cos alpha, cos gamma, cos beta, right? So here also square, square, square. The same thing we apply here. So that's why the square root and the square can be cancelled. Now you can see these terms are same. We can cancel. Okay, what will be the answer, children? 1. What is that? Answer is 1. So cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equal to 1. So this is called direction of cosines. Direction of cosines. Sometimes they will ask you sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. What do you write, children? Sin square can be written 1 minus cos square alpha plus 1 minus cos square beta plus 1 minus cos square gamma. So if you add 3 and cos square alpha, cos square beta, cos square gamma value 1, 3 minus 1 gives you 2. This value 1. Did you understand? In this way some questions will be asked. See, children, now in the multiplication here we are doing the multiplication between the vectors, but we are taking its vertical component. It's a vertical component. That means children, I am writing here the definition of the cross product. Okay, definition. You can see I said vector is being multiplied okay, by another vector along its vertical, So, how this is being possible? So, see once here, one vector A, okay, and one vector B. So, it will have its horizontal component in this way and its vertical component here. So, this is B cos theta, this is B sin theta. Now, if you write the multiplication of the vector A and B, A bar cross B bar equal to A B sin theta. We are taking its vertical component. To check whether they are perpendicular or not. Here people are checking perpendicularity. In the dot product we have checked parallelism. Here perpendicularity. If those are more and perpendicular, the impact will be more. Why? Because at the atomic level, so many phenomena occurs perpendicular to the direction, perpendicular to the movement. Means if the electrons are moving, its magnetic force is perpendicular to that one. When the electron charge is being accelerated in the field, it has electric force, electric field and magnetic field. Electric field along the or opposite to the electron movement, that means parallel or anti-parallel, but coming to the magnetic field, that is the perpendicular to that one. So, in those type of cases, and one more thing, whenever you are sending any fluid through some cross sectional area, okay, there you need to take the velocity of the each water droplet in the pipe, okay, or any fluid particle, whether it flow is perpendicular or not for that cross sectional area. In these type of phenomena, we require cross product, because if they are more and more perpendicular, the impact will be more and more. Did you understand? So, for those type of cases, we will discuss cross product. Cross means simply just removed the dot and I kept this cross. Okay, so that's why this is called cross product. But ultimately, if you do this one, it gives you vector. Okay, that is the pseudo vector. We assumed that one because we assume the direction for that pseudo vector. So for that purpose, even you do the multiplication, you got the vector, right? So that's why it is called vector product. So these laws and these applications also we are going to discuss. See children, here the definition, proper definition, cross product is the product of two vectors magnitude and the sine angle between them. Look at this, sine theta, modulus A, modulus B, sine theta, that is equal to A cross B, A bar cross B bar. So, I mentioned one term here, small n with cap. That means by multiplying two vectors, that gives you again the vector physical quantity, pseudo vector physical quantity. What is that? Pseudo vector. Okay. So, how this is being obtained geometrically, you can see here. Here one vector A is there and one vector B is there. Okay. Now, I am multiplying both two. If you multiply modulus A, modulus B, okay, and the angle between them theta, sine theta. So A cross B, the product will be perpendicular to these two. Perpendicular to these two. 90 degrees here, 90 degrees here. Both are making 90 degrees. So the resultant always makes 90 degrees to the this one. 90 degrees to the this one. Why should I require this type of concept? I said you before. Whenever you have the vector field concept, that means velocity is the vector, momentum is the vector, okay, force is the vector. So these physical quantities we will imagine whenever the energy is being propagated from one system to another system, we will imagine these type of physical quantities as a combination of so many physical quantities, so many force lines, so many velocity lines, so many momentum lines. That means so many force lines means flux. Okay, magnetic force will pass through the material. What should you take? Cross sectional area. So that is called flux. Same physical quantity, but bundle of physical quantities. Bundle. So many force components. If you take per unit volume, per unit area, then that is the vector field. Same physical quantity. One physical quantity for so many times we are taking. So that is being varied along the positions in that field. So in those type of cases, we require area as vector. I said you in the starting session of the vectors, area can be considered as vector, imaginary field area, not the surface area, children. Imaginary field area can be taken as vector. Yes, that is being possible in this way. You can see here vector A and curl it towards B and open, you will get the vector A cross B. So this magnitude of this one is equal to the area done by the vector B and A parallelogram, means you can see here this one. Okay. So that area magnitude, okay, that means this is children 3, this is 4, modulus A value 3, modulus B value 4, 3 4s are children 12. So this will be 12 units, square units, 12 square units. The same 12 is the length, 12 units. Okay, if this is 12 meters square, this is 12 meters. That is 12 meters square, this is 12 meters. Okay. So in those type of cases, we will apply this cross product. Cross product, this interprets perpendicularity between two physical quantities. Perpendicularity between two physical quantities. So whenever the electron moves in the magnetic field, if it is perpendicular to the field direction, then it experiences more force. It experiences more force. That means magnetic force equal to QVB sin theta. In our further studies, higher studies, you will learn this one. Q means charge, means electron, electrical charge each one, and V, how much velocity it is passing, and B, magnetic field. That means children, to accelerate the electron in the field, magnetic field, okay, we will make the electron to be ejected by heating one metal. So what happens? The electron will come, it enters into the magnetic field. From that magnetic field, electron itself magnet, right? Either it will be repelled or attracted. This type of force, the repulsion or attraction, can be more whenever if the electron is going in this way. Okay? If the field is in this way, which one? Field. If both are perpendicular, right, 90 degrees, then the force will be more on this here. Then the force will be more. Did you understand? So these type of cases you require. Even in the fluid dynamics also, you require the cross product. So we will apply the formula, same formula. See here, A bar, B bar, sin theta, n cap. Its magnitude simply, if you want to get only magnitude, remove this n cap. AB sin theta, AB cos theta dot product, AB sin theta cross product, nothing but the vector product. It is vector. Why? We assign the direction. Simply, mostly this type of cross product is being applied for rotational effects also. Rotational effects. That means in the rotational motion you will have torque, children. torque means nothing but the force, but rotational force, rotational force. For the rotational dynamics, whatever we have the linear physical quantities in the dynamics or kinematics, those all will be multiplied with the R to get the rotational physical quantities. That means in the linear, okay, what is the velocity? V. If you multiply or divide with R, you will get the angular velocity. Angular velocity. So, V by R equal to omega. V by R equal to omega. Did you understand? V by R equal to omega. So, in that way we can write. So, what is R there? Radius, position vector. Radius vector or position vector from the axis, from the origin, because so many motions following the rotatory motions. So, that is why even if you multiply the momentum P, okay, with R, so what do you get? Angular momentum, angular momentum. If you multiply the force with radius vector, what do you get, children? Here torque, here torque. So, for the rotational effects. So, children, I said you now torque, right? Torque means multiplication of the radius vector and linear force. So, now I want to close this door. So, it is doing which motion? Rotatory motion. I said you cross product is important to understand the rotatory motion. It is being rotated according to this axis, right? So, from this one I want to apply force to close, right? So, I am applying force. I am applying force here, okay, and here and here, at this end nearby axis and at the middle of the door and very far from the axis. These 3 points I am checking, okay, right. Where should I apply more force to close this one? Should I apply at the far position, or should I apply middle of this one, or should I apply at here? Where should I feel the difficulty, children? See, I am feeling difficulty when I am applying force, more force here. Did you understand? So, here from here to my applying force, from axis to my application of force, here, there. Where you have the radius vector more for that one. So, my force will be lesser. If it is lesser, my force should be greater. That means, see here, I felt difficulty to move this one. Look at this, I am feeling difficulty, yes, but if you apply force here, look at this, simply it is going, okay. So, for this type of rotational effects, you should add, not add, actually multiply, okay, radius vector. How much the line of action, this is called line of action, either force or velocity or these all things, with respect to this radius vector. From this one, how much you are making. So, this is very important phenomena. Maybe if you do not understand, please from the internet sources try to understand rotational dynamics. Even from your brothers or sisters, rotational dynamics, one of the chapter in their intermediate, try to understand what is that. Even if you check the door again, you will get the answer. When you here apply, when you there apply, the radius, how much you are making, the distance from the axis is very important, So, children, now we will apply the formula A bar cross B bar equal to, what do you have? A B sin theta n cap. If you want only magnitude, A bar cross B bar, what do you get, children? A B sin theta. You do not have n cap here, because I want only magnitude. In this way. Okay. So, if you apply this formula for unit vectors I, j, k, unit vectors, see here, I cross j, what do you get? j cross k, what do you get? K cross I, what do you get? Let me know. Okay, I cross j. Okay, what do you get? I j, A B as it is, their magnitudes, sin 90, sin 90. So sin 90 value, why sin 90 children? These are the x axis, y axis unit vectors. So angle between them sin 90. So I j sin 90. But I said before, the resultant also one of the vector, right? And that too perpendicular to both two vectors which containing that plane. So ij in one plane, what is its perpendicular? Obviously k. So when you multiply ij, k will be obtained. When you multiply j and k, you will obtain I. When you multiply k cross I, you will get j. You will get j. Now the case is anti-clockwise. J to I. J cross I. I cross j, k will be obtained. J cross I, minus k will be obtained. So, and k cross j, here also, what do you get children? Minus I. And one more thing, j cross I over k cross j over I cross k, what do you get children? Minus j. Minus j. Why I am getting minus, why I am getting plus here children? Right handed system I said you before, right? So this is I, this is j. Okay, this is I, this is j. So I said you apply the right hand fingers along I, along x axis, along x axis. Okay, and curl towards the y. Okay, now open that your finger this way. So this is the z axis, this is the z axis, this is the z axis. So what is this? If this is I, this is j, this is k, all are pluses. But do the j to I, j to I. So open the along the j and curl it towards I and open. So the finger shows into the board. The finger shows into the board. So if this is k outside of the board, into the board, minus k, into the board minus k. So that's why you are getting. Always apply this right hand screw law. Right hand screw law. That means children, if this is a vector, if this is a b vector, okay, from A I am keeping here and towards the B. So this area. Okay. Now what happens? It gives you vector perpendicular to the plane containing vectors A and B. So this side. So you will have the screw. Okay, this is also called screw law. That means take one screw, okay, apply force. Look at this. I am just tightening this screw. What will happen? The screw will enter into the board, right? The same thing. A to B, it opens this side. Okay, B to A, it opens inside. Always right hand. Along the first vector, first open your hand, right hand, fingers. Okay. Along the second vector, curl it. Okay, curl it and open that. That will be the direction of resultant. That will be the direction of resultant. That means x towards the y. So automatically if you open z, right hand screw law, right hand screw law. So if you take one screw, once you also check, take the screw, keep here, tighten this one. What do you observe children? You apply and you are curling, right? You are curling. So open your finger, the thumb, it shows inside. You are curling. inside. So, in that way by applying the right hand school law, we can obtain I cross j. X to y gives you x to y, I cross j, I j sin 90 k cap, j cross k, I cap, k cross I, j cap, j cross I minus k. See here, I cross j, k cap, j cross I minus k. Are they commutative, children? Now are they commutative? No, anti-commutative. That means if this is a bar, this is b bar, okay, the resultant would be in this way, a bar cross b bar. See, open A, curl along B and open that, show. Okay. Now B cross A means B, open your fingers, okay, curl towards A in this way, okay. So what happens? Downwards. So this will be B cross A, that is A cross B, this is B cross A, downwards, okay. But both are perpendicular to here also, okay, perpendicular. In this way this is being applied, but keep it in mind, I require that imaginary plane to be perpendicular to the flow, The flow can be subatomic particles, the flow can be any vector physical quantity, imaginary. That means water is flowing in the pipe, the water will have momentum, the water will have velocity. Water particle I can feel its velocity, momentum also I will feel it as one particle which crosses my imaginary area. So this type of imagination we require, that is why I require cross product. So how do you calculate the magnitude of the cross product whenever two vectors have been given? See children, now I want cross product's magnitude whenever those are being represented in the algebraically in this way. Okay, here we don't have angles, we just have their x, y, z scalar components and their unit vectors. Scalar components and unit. Scalar component means these. These are the scalar components and these are the unit vectors I, j, k. Okay. Now if they are given, just multiply again. Okay, multiply. Simply multiply, you will get the answer. So Ax, okay, Bx, okay. What do you have? I cap cross I cap, right? The same way, plus Ax By. So first I will write these terms, okay, and Ax Bz, okay. So I into I write I into j. Here I into k. In the same way, write the other terms, children. Ay into bx, okay, and ay into by and ay into bz. So what are the unit vectors being multiplied here? J into y, j into z, j into k. In the same way, Az Bx and Az By and Az Bz. What are the unit vectors are being multiplied here? K into y, k into z, okay, and k into k, okay. Yes. Now same vectors are being multiplied crossly. okay, same vectors. Before I have written here I cap cross I cap, I, okay, I, sin, what is the angle between the same vectors? 0, sin 0, what do you get children? 0. So, in the same way j cap equal to 0, k cap into k cap equal to 0. So, if you apply that one, which terms are being cancelled? This one 0, is there anything else? Yes, here 0, here you can see k cap cross k cap cancel. Okay. Now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. Again I cross j, I cross j gives you, what is that? K vector. I cross j gives you k vector. I am writing here children, okay, I am arranging this. I cross j gives you k, j cross k gives you I, k cap I cap gives you j. But in the reverse case, j cap I gives you minus k. Okay. In that way, just apply here. What do you get children? I am writing here, okay, this term ax by plus ax bz plus ay bx, okay, plus ay bz plus this term I am writing here az bx and az by. Okay. Now, I left these blanks, I left these brackets with the blanks, right. Now, you can see I cross j, what do you get? K cap. Okay. So, this is over. Now, I cross k cross I value j, I cross k value minus j. Okay. Yes. Now, so this term also over. Next one, j cross I cross j value k, j cross I value minus k, and so this one also over, and j cross k, okay, that is, those are in order. So, I cap. Okay. So, this one also over, and here k cross I, so both are in same order. So, you will get j. So, this term over, and here k cross j, j cross k value I, k cross j minus I, minus I. So, see here 2 j terms, okay, 2 k terms and 2 I terms, okay, 2 items. So, see here, these things will be written here again to give the proper formula. See children, if you write modulus a bar cross b bar answer, here look at this, this is I term, this is I term, take the I common. So, a y b z minus a z b y into I cap. Okay. In the same way, I am writing the j term with blue. How many j terms? Here this one and this one. So, first plus term a z b x, okay, minus a x b z into z. See, you can see here a x b z, a z b x. Okay. In the same way, the third one The third one I am writing here with this color. K terms, K Ax By minus Ay Bx into K. Okay, see here Ax By Ay Bx. So, in this way you can obtain its a formula, but keep it in modulus. Okay. So, in this way you can obtain the magnitude of any vector, This can be obtained even in the determinant manner also, okay, or Sarras method also you can apply. Okay, Sarras method, matrix method you can apply, or prefactor determinant method also you can apply. Okay, to understand, but mostly this is being shown with minus. If this becomes minus means Az Bx term will come here. Okay, Az Bx, this becomes Ax Bz. Okay, that is why this is minus. If you do not want to keep like that, keep plus Az Bx Ax Bz. So, in this way you just multiply, same multiplication, but this is important for these type of, whenever you are require more impact when those two physical quantities are perpendicular to each other. That means, example, torque I explained with the door, right? Torque equal to radius vector into force. If both are, if you want to get more force, I should apply the line of action perpendicular to that axis, radius axis. Okay, that means if this is the door, I should apply to move this one perpendicular to in this way. I should not apply in this way. Look at this, my line of action is this way. Will be the effect more, or in this way effect is more? Did you understand? I explained with distances also, this location of line of action. The same way direction here you should take. Okay. If I want to move this one, this entire board, should I apply force in this way slantly? No, I should apply perpendicular. Then it entirely moves into the wall. So, in this way we can know the cross product, and keep it in mind children, cross product obeys anti-commutative law. That means, before I said A cross B, if it is upwards, its opposite vector B cross A, but keep it in mind, this is minus. So, that is why that is anti-commutative. Dot product obeys the commutative law, but cross product does not obey the commutative law. That is why this is anti-commutative law, And one more, it obeys the distributive law for addition, distributive law over addition. In the same way, dot product also obeys the distributive law over addition. And still more information is there regarding this vector, but still we have discussed just now vector addition, subtraction, multiplication, especially cross product, dot product. Okay, just practice these problems. So, tomorrow onwards you will be given holidays. Okay, you will be promoted to the next classes. So, for that purpose, and coming the 16th exam also, just learn, and if you do not understand anything till the school age, you just listen, keep it in mind, that is it. Try to understand. If it is not possible, just keep it in mind. Okay, imagination develop. In the college level, you will understand what I have told you and what I have make you to understand. These all will be helpful in your further studies. Thank you.